as I pick my teeth. Hello, everyone. So it's wonderful about podcasts. It's not like live radio and, people are out there criticizing. You can always edit, but I don't edit anything. Nothing to edit here because we have literally my favorite comedian of all time. Don't give me that look. I've been telling you this for 30 years. Do you think I make it up and just reboot the same saying for 30 years? Favorite comic of all time.
That's
I went to your special. I don't know if Wendy Liebman. I don't know if I told you this. One time I was practicing for my special.
Right.
I did tell you this?
Yeah, but tell everybody.
It's a nice thing to say. I went to your special in North Hollywood, and I loved the way you took the stage, and it really helped my confidence because I don't have confidence when I walk on stage. I think they hate me. I really have this assumption that they don't like me. I'm a white male. They already have that whole thing going. He's the oppressor. He's the rapist. He's all those things, right?
Right.
I look like the guy, the dad that abused you. All that stuff that's what I walk in with.
The bully.
Thank you. Thanks for adding. Just give me all the white guy things that you already walk in with, all your prejudices. Right. So I assume these things, and that's why I do a long show, is I think that I have to talk them into liking me. You took that stage, and I will never forget it. They love you. And me as an audience member, which I never am, I'm going, wow, yeah, I love this woman. She's just great. Wow. And from that point forward, that motivated me to walk on stage and own the stage like you did.
It's so funny, Craig, because after that, I never performed again.
That was the swan song.
Penultimate.
That was it.
Well, I actually am recording all of my jokes.
Yeah.
Next month. And
recording them in what fashion?
I'm performing live.
Okay.
And I'm audio recording them. Like doing
you mean
an
all
album.
The jokes you've ever told?
Maybe, like a lot
Mr.
of my
T
jokes.
We're going to go.
I never had a Mr. T joke, but I did do a song parody. My name is Orca.
My name
instead
of
Orca,
my name is Luca. Okay. Are you going to bring that out?
No.
Oh, you talked about retro. By the way, everybody, she's still on AOL.
Oh my God, I can't believe you.
It's the same address as
I have
the
AOL,
original address.
I have Gmail. I'm
on Friendster.
Earthlink.
I don't even know if any of these things still exist, but I do. I'll be honest. I still have AOL.
You do?
I do. I don't use it because when someone receives an email from us, they already think we're old, right?
I think I just lost a job because I sent AOL.
By the way, she's not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
Exactly. They go, oh boy, this one's really out of it. AOL,
know.
And they just get these opinions.
And the person's my age, so it's not
No,
like...
they are not.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just feel like maybe that's why they didn't respond.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. I think people have this FOMO. They have this... this is what I don't like about show business. Is it really it's like a transactional community. It's all based on what someone can do for you. And I just don't believe in that. I believe in friendships for the rest of your life, unless somebody does something, and then you work it out even still. That's not how it goes. AOL, they're out. I'll take the Gmail.
You're the hardest working person I know in showbiz. I think a lot about show business because I feel like I'm showbiz adjacent, even though I've been doing this for 35 years and I know a lot of people who are in show business, but I still feel like I'm an imposter.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. And I don't want to feel that way anymore.
Well, when I tell you, it's funny, I've had this discussion with my wife. I don't call her the funniest person ever, but I have a similar discussion. It's like, how does one get through to let you know? Like I've told her, you're the greatest human being I've ever met. I used to tell her that a lot.
She is, though.
But she would not take that in. She wouldn't. So it's the same sort of thing. I think you're the greatest comic I've ever seen. And you shake your head. So
this is video as well,
yeah,
right?
It is.
Okay.
So by the end of this interview, you're going to give a shake head up and down. Okay. And affirm that. So what happens to your body? We go a little deeper here. What happens to you when you hear that? You think imposter, he doesn't know any better. I mean, what
I
goes?
think you don't get out much. No, I think that's really, I believe you.
Oh,
And then
by the way,
that
was not sincere.
No, it is. I believe
With
you,
a caveat, I believe you.
But I don't think you've seen George Carlin.
Oh no, you make me laugh more than George Carlin. George Carlin makes me think.
Okay.
And I go, wow, that's really, really clever. He thinks like I do, actually, and I think it's brilliant. I love it. I love that aspect of myself. I don't bring it to the stage, but love that. Different people are different categories. You have a unique quality about you. Your joke writing is brilliant. You have a style that's very, very unique, and I like that. I like to see something, and you're nothing like me, by the way, so I don't get jealous.
I mean, that's a big part of it.
We're like nothing. Yeah, of course. If
Although
we
did win the same award the same year.
I know.
Oh, should I have saved that?
Yeah. Maybe,
oh, okay.
Maybe,
all right.
Maybe.
Erase. I know you don't edit, but you didn't hear that, anybody.
No. I was getting to that. We have something in common. We do have that in common. We won the stand-up of the year. You female, me male. We couldn't have it now. It would have to be a they. Right. You couldn't have a male and a female. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
See, here's the photo of you and me in 1997.
My God, my mouth is big.
She's analyzing what she looks like 27
Life
years ago.
is so funny.
Isn't it amazing? So that's us after we just won this award. And here it is right here. Here's the award. But I'm more proud of what's next to that award.
What is that?
Earned that. It's the Horse's Ass Award I won for my ex-wife's family reunion. That was truly, I campaigned for that, Wendy.
You campaigned for a lot of awards like that rowing, the canoe thing with your son.
You knew about that?
You told me about it. We had lunch one day next.
Oh, because it was at the lake where
Right.
it happened. Well, that was a real stupid competitive thing of me, and I almost collapsed.
But you're competitive like that.
I'm stupid competitive. I'm not
Okay.
competitive for normal shit.
So comedy, I think, is very competitive.
Which I'm not competitive in comedy. That's what's weird. I support all comedy and comedians. I don't take them down. I don't analyze them. I don't do the Carrot Top as a hack, all that stuff. I think
love Carrot
I think he's
Top.
brilliant for what he does.
Yes.
Is it what I would pay money to see? That's a different story. Who I would pay money to see, you would be at the top of my list. Although I got in free for your special. I'm pretty sure I got on the list. But
I invited friends. That's why they loved me.
that was a good move. I'm the opposite. I don't want anyone. I did a special.
right.
I went
Yes,
into
you
the
did.
audience and actually said, "You can't sit there." And I moved people.
Really?
Oh yeah. They were going. People were going. I think that's him. I'm before my special in makeup. I still had like the Kleenex on my neck, So I'm out there. No. I know.
Where was that?
In Anaheim, at a big theater in Anaheim, where the same night Sebastian Maniscalco used my set. The set they changed a couple items on the set. And they said, "Oh, we're gonna bring this guy Sebastian." I don't even think he used his last name at the time.
Oh.
And and he exploded from that, and I'm here.
So that's a really good topic because I sat in a car with him once at the Montreal Comedy Festival and this is before he was him.
Yeah.
And one time before she was her, okay, so a long time.
Wendy's not talking about her and him in a pronoun sense.
Right, no.
Yeah, right.
A long time ago, I had a show that I was pitching with Whitney Cummings. And then...
She's part of my story, too.
Really? And then,
Yeah.
I find out that she couldn't come to our pitch because she got 2 shows. So who did we replace her with? Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, no.
Yes.
To go in and pitch.
Yes. So we pitched it one place and they didn't buy it. And now they're probably kicking themselves.
So Tiffany had to get on board with your pitch, obviously.
Yeah.
And
it was
she liked
a good
the
show.
idea.
Yeah. It was
show.
called Roadkill, and it was a veteran comedian, me,
Mm-hmm.
and a newbie going on the road together performing in a bus. And we thought it was a great idea. I know, but it never went. But both Whitney and Tiffany are now superstars.
Isn't that amazing? Well, here's the question. You be honest about this.
Okay.
This is I'm not going to call it bitterness. I have disappointment that Whitney used to open for me, selling my merchandise. That's the point she was.
Wow.
And Barry Katz said, the manager, he said, hey, give her a shot. And I said, sure. I was pretty popular and take people on the road. I mentor them and stuff. And she would even come to writing sessions that we had. Never saw her again. I just run into her here and there, but I don't have her phone number. I literally am signed up for something where she tells me where she's performing. I keep going, oh, it's this Whitney Cummings. I keep thinking she has to get back in touch with the guy that helped her. Yeah. Oh, no. I get the same thing that 100,000 other people are getting, a notice that she's working in Detroit or whatever it is.
Like, could she throw you a bone?
Right. Could any of the people that, I talked about in the last episode, Jimmy Fallon, used my audience to get discovered by Saturday Night Live.
Sebastian.
Well, Sebastian, that one sort of doesn't count because he just used the stage that I had just, sold out the room. I think they might have used the same crowd or whatever. But so I wouldn't think it of him. But other people that I, got to know, Dave Chappelle used to open for me. He was 14 years old.
Who? No.
It's this guy, Dave Chappelle. Or is it Chappelle? Something like Chappell. Yeah, Dave Chappell. He was an amazing 14-year-old comic. And Judd Apatow used to send me tapes, like, remember mixtapes? He would do mixtapes, and he would send them to me or give them to me. Like, I remember, I still have one called Steps Ahead, was his favorite band. He goes, you got to see. He would, try to, kiss up to me so I would take him to San Bernardino to open for me. Have I ever been an extra in his movies? No. So how do you feel? Truly, how do we feel about this? And this is what I was saying about, Judd might not like that I'm on AOL still. Whatever the case is, you know what I mean? It's like you're not the next thing to anyone anymore. We're basically, this is 1997. We won this award,
right?
And we were at the top.
Actually, I hit my peak way before then. Before 1997. It was 1979 when I was Eliza in My Fair Lady at Roslyn High School. And I swear nothing has come close to that high because people were amazed.
By the way, you're sort of not being funny about this.
No, I'm being serious.
These are real highs for us.
That
was
a high.
Yeah.
I was probably also high, but no, I was
I'm glad you had the highs. I had absolute lows. Can't believe I stayed in show business. Wet my pants, and singing
in high school.
Something. This is college. Something's
seriously?
coming from West Side Story. Something was coming. It was. I was doing. It was the first script of Urinetown. My entire pants.
What happened?
I got a little drunk, and I was really nervous, and it was a sold out crowd, Steel Auditorium. And the guy gave me the wrong cue line. He was supposed to say, and I also didn't rehearse that much because you can't rehearse in a dorm. You can't be singing Something's Coming in a dorm. So I hear, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, there's Bev on the piano. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. And I wasn't sure where it was coming in. And this warmth comes over me. I look down, full on piss in my pants. And it's beige pants growing. The spot, they put the spot on it. They start laughing. And I go, could be. Who knows? There's something to any day. Oh no! And if I knew because they have a lot of lyric changes.
Did you live that down?
No.
Did you ever live that down?
I never sung again.
Well, that's why you're a supreme comedian, because you can laugh about it now.
Well, I kept that a secret for a long time.
Really?
Matter of fact, it's the first I've ever talked about it on the podcast.
Amazing. Jeff, my husband, said that if he ever did stand up, he would have a device that would just make it so that it looked like he was peeing in his pants. He would stand on stage and just pee in his pants and say, "That's my time," because he's so shy. Today's our 19th wedding anniversary.
I know. It's your 19th anniversary. I saw it on Facebook, and the guilt that went inside of me. I'm going, she's coming because you're coming here.
He's in Malibu at a meeting.
Oh, okay.
I know. He's
He actually gave me the forgiveness. He posted, "It's okay, Craig. We're good." He didn't tell me I have a meeting anyway.
After 19 years, it's
that's true. It's not like he's going to say.
Let's get sushi from Ralph's.
What?
But we don't go out anyway.
Well, one time we did 10 years ago. We double dated.
Oh, we did, yes.
Yeah,
but I'm
one
saying
time. That
we
was the
don't
last
go out
I saw
to
you.
eat.
Either one of you.
That's the last time we ever went out to eat. No, that was nice. I love your wife.
Around the corner. But by the way, if I knew the lyrics, then I would belt it. And then I would go back to the nerves.
That's my biggest fear dream is that I have zero idea what I'm supposed to say on stage of the whole script.
Horrible.
And everybody else knows everybody else's lines in my dream because theater is their life. And I'm just winging it.
I can't believe that. I actually had that happen. I was Captain Horster in Enemy of the People. And Wendy Chernoff, who was a genius, by the way, literally a genius, I forgot my lines. She said Horster's lines along with hers. So she would say the lines for me. I was just up there miming. And so I didn't know what else to do. So that actually did happen. And it really does affect you because you think this will happen again and again. And have you ever had panic attacks?
I'm not one who has panic attacks, but my sister does.
Really?
And my uncle did.
You're panic attack adjacent, it sounds
yes.
like. Runs in the family, you didn't get the gene.
I'm just anxious and depressed. I missed that one. But yeah, so
It's
you get a panic attack. I think I've had two. One was in Blockbuster. This is, I'm dating myself again, the AOL. I'm sure I had my AOL account connected with my Blockbuster account.
It's okay. I said cassette tape from Judd
tape.
Apatow. Yeah, mixed tape. Yeah, I don't think they make those anymore.
Have you tried to get in touch with him?
Judd? Oh, I got in touch with him a little bit. Like we emailed, and he said a couple things that he says, "Oh, he heard a rumor about this comedian we used to know in Long Island." Da, 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 da. Yeah, there was something happened. I'll tell you after. But anyway, I said no, back and forth a little bit. But that was it. I mean, that was then I ran into him with Bob Saget, actually. Speaking of your husband's bit, well, I started with Bob Saget as a kid. I was 17. Wow. He was already doing comedy.
Chappelle was 3.
Yeah, 3. Thanks for dating me. Whoa! We've never had that happen.
My mother on the drums.
Your mom was in your special. I love that your mom did that. My mom would literally kill herself before getting on a stage.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I love that you have a relationship with your mother now.
The best. It is so unbelievably beautiful. I love my mom. We talk all the time now. It's from Radical Acceptance. I just got in Radical Acceptance about who she is and also thanking her for making me a comic. She's hilarious.
Look at how much work you've done on yourself.
Had to do that work to get Mom to listen. It is so clean now that it's nothing can affect it. She still does the same stuff. It just doesn't bother me because I go, oh, that's who she is. She's not doing this on purpose to me.
Right.
They always say, oh, they press your buttons because they installed them. No, she didn't. She's just being her.
Right.
But the things that I love about her, she does this thing, What's Bugging Barb? Oh, so we're writing a book together, What's Bugging Barb and Craig, because I've inherited all of them. I can't stand. I'm neurotic because of her.
And you don't have siblings.
And now she.
You do. You have sisters.
Yeah, exactly. And now I have another sister that found me from the cult leader father.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I have another sister.
This is a TV show.
I know. But who wants to see this TV show? You have to have a young me.
Well, you could play your father.
Exactly. I thought about that. Don't you want to be like Cyrano de Bergerac to someone like another comic?
Yes.
Like even I thought of like a ventriloquist act. Like you put them on your lap and you do the jokes. But they're like, my son is like good looking kid. The oldest one is like, I said, come on, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the jokes.
Right.
Don't have a following just on your looks.
Like,
Nobody's
I want to
interested
give
in
all my
seeing-
jokes to Terry Hatcher. I'm going to give all my, because she's doing stand-up now.
Of all the people for you to choose.
Well, she's doing stand-up now.
I know, but you're talking about someone who was in Superband in the early 90s. No, you want... Oh, she did Desperate Housewives, but still.
She did Showtime with me recently. We did even more Funny Women of a Certain Age.
Right. But if you're going to give your jokes,
oh, you're
and
saying
make money,
like a comedian,
young
who's
in a bikini,
like Taylor Tomlinson.
Right. Well, she doesn't need the joke. She's brilliant. I was going to name someone else, and then it would sound like they're not brilliant. But anyway, there's like somebody young and good looking, and you give them the jokes. You're Cyrano de Bergerac. You put an earpiece in. You're telling them even how to respond to hecklers. Tell them I do dick jokes and now I have a prop.
I always wanted my husband to be off stage.
Yeah.
And it would be like a team, but I would just be talking to him because he's so shy.
And he never appears.
Right.
It's kind of like Penn and Teller, but you don't see him.
You don't even see him. Or he's in the front row of the audience, and
He wouldn't do that.
He won't do it.
He wouldn't do it if he would do it backstage maybe.
And yet he is the funniest person I know next to you.
No, he is.
He is so funny.
But he's a great writer too. I was in one of his shows.
That's right.
He's a really great writer, and obviously he comes from a major showbiz background. His dad was the supreme writer of all the Disney stuff.
He was in the Sherman
Brothers.
Brothers. So there were two brothers.
I watched the documentary. It's an amazing documentary.
The Boys.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. By the way, speaking of him peeing himself with the prop.
Yes.
I started with Bob Saget. He had a guitar. I don't know if you knew this. He always brought a guitar on stage.
Know that.
Yes, his first act was always with a guitar. And he had this rig that he would hit a button and he would sing, "While my guitar gently weeps," and the guitar would have water pouring down from it. Yeah.
Brian Fraser from Boston.
Yeah.
He's from New York also, but he started in Boston. He would start his set by singing, "What would you think if I sang out of key?" And a key would fall out of his mouth.
Wow, same sort of thing. The other one he would do is bottle of red, bottle of white, that makes pink. These are all the Saget.
You heard that Gilbert Gottfried died today.
Wendy, I hate to say this. This is going to sound really weird. I knew a week ago. I know it was just
He died
announced.
a week ago?
Yeah, it was. I don't know why they delayed it, but I'll show you my text messages. His cousin texted me and said a week ago that he died. Yeah. A lot of the great comics are going, So my son actually texted me a photo of Louis Anderson, Bob Saget, and Gilbert Gottfried, and he says, "I'm putting you in a hyperbaric chamber," because I guess my son loves me.
Well, this is the older
keep
son?
me around.
Your older son?
That's the oldest one,
okay.
yeah. That's what he just
You have
texted.
the cutest kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I do. I love that because I didn't grow up with that.
Right.
I didn't grow up with two parents like you did who are on your stage with you, mom and dad.
Yes.
The best I did was my mom belly danced at my high school graduation party. Then it ended there, ended the performance.
I can't tell if you're kidding, and if you're not,
No, you're the one who always kids.
No,
I am
that
not.
is crazy.
You didn't know this?
She belly danced at your high school graduation?
Everyone wanted my mom. She was a divorcee. My dad left when I was born. Something I said. Wah. And
Mrs. What's her name? Stifler or what?
She was the Mrs.
Stifler
of our area because as a matter of fact, the next door neighbor, the mother, it was a couple and with a whole bunch of kids, like Catholic school, whatever. And he would always do the hedges to look at my mom. And the mother would always go, "Ed, come in here," because he was looking at my mom in her hot pants.
How does that make you feel? I feel like a therapist.
Well, I always we were on Dr. Katz a lot, but he had a character on there which was awesome. I felt kind of mixed. My mom loved to be with my friends, still does. They give her a lot of attention. We had one time we were getting high, me and Sarami, and we were pretending we were Cheech and Chong. Remember Cheech and Chong? Everything was about them back then. Cleaned our weed on their albums. And we go, "Hey, man, what you doing, man? Where's your mother at?" My mom was on a date with a guy and smoking pot on the date. And the entire time we're taping, you hear Don Dolan in the background, "Hey, Shu, where's your lady at? Where's your lady at, Shu? I want to see your old lady. Where's your old lady?" They all wanted him.
Oh, my God.
So then she decides to become Scheherazade, the belly dancer. She got 8x10s.
Pre-cult? Post-cult?
My mom has nothing to do with the cult.
Oh, right. It's your dad who's the cult.
My dad's the cult leader. Mom is the belly dancer.
I was going to say, how did you turn out so normal? And then I stopped myself.
And I love that she admits it right in front of me.
Well, because, I love you. I wouldn't say that if I really thought you were whack.
Well, you do think I'm whack.
You're good whack.
Yeah, it's good whack. But anyway, she said, "I'll never forget these words, Wendy." And we'll go back to you and your mom, the drummer. So listen, you had your moments. At least your mom was drumming with full clothes. My mom, I hear it. So almost all guys bought us a keg, high school graduation, in another rental house. So we were always in rental houses. And there I hear the music. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." And I hear up the stairs, "I have a treat for you and your friends." Descends the stairs with a navel jewel, veils, and finger cymbals, doing belly rolls. The place went nuts. Whoa! Shoo, your old lady looks good. They're throwing quarters at her, and she was so angry. She says, they threw quarters at me. It's an art form. I said, Mom, they're not thinking art form. They're thinking your form.
How much did she make?
I got the sweeper out. I split it with her.
It's good exercise.
Yes, that's why she did it.
Oh.
But she also, I don't know, she definitely had 8x10s. I got them, and I think she stole them from me when she visited me in L.A. I'll probably never see them again because it's a big source of shame.
You have to find those.
Tell me about it.
Or recreate them. So I was doing a Zoom recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like Zooms or not. Zoom comedy shows.
I have a way to do them, but go ahead.
Okay. I kind of like them because I can have my jokes. Because part of aging is like I forget things. Like I'm 56 now, and I've already forgotten that I'm 61. I could hear the guy laughing out there. But I can have my jokes on my screen.
Yeah.
And so
that's what you do?
I do.
Wow.
I do.
So like cue cards.
And I sit down. It's like having a teleprompter. And do you stand up and do your shows?
I have a different way. I bring people to my studio, so I have 20 people.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
You get the laughs. And my wife actually watched once. I couldn't believe it. Maybe she watched 5 minutes. That's it. Your lovely husband shows up for everything you do. Hangs on every word you say. My wife has no idea what I even do for a living. I think she thinks I'm in insurance. That's how much she doesn't care.
There is a State Farm next door.
Oh yeah. She thinks that's where I am. So
That's
I disguise myself over here. But she said, "Did you have a laugh track?" That's how much it really means a lot when people laugh. Listen, I did Zooms with just them. I'd see this bobbing like a bun, like the Pebbles from Flintstones.
Yeah.
I need new references. That's the problem with us.
No, I used that one yesterday, actually.
You did not use Pebbles.
I did, I swear.
There's got to be a new one.
Like
who has that hair with the Audrey Hepburn was the first, and then Pebbles, and
then
I don't know,
Loofah Day or something. I'm making
We're
up names.
searching.
Wait, okay, so I did a Zoom.
I see it bobbing up and down. She decides, I guess I must have been an aphrodisiac, the love master. She decides to go down on this guy during my show. So I just see the bobbing, and I go, I can see you.
Was it
Other
Jeffrey
people.
Tubin down there? Okay. So
that's not that old of a reference. That's
I know.
a year. That's pretty good.
So I'm doing a Zoom.
Yeah.
A Zoom. And it was for MS. It was a benefit.
Yeah.
And Cheech Marin was on it.
Okay.
No, Tommy Chong.
He was on the Zoom.
He was one of, because it was like a bunch of comedians, and you would each come on for an hour and chit chat with each other like it was the Brady Bunch.
Oh wow!
And
other people observed this and watched this.
Yeah, we didn't.
It's like
we couldn't see that.
They're in on the inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this was going back to your Tommy Chong reference. And
oh.
I know. I should keep up. But it jogged my memory.
Oh my God, she's losing her memory, man.
I really am. Like, I forget what I forgot. Like,
you forget what you forgot.
I don't even.
Well, I watched you the other night. You were on it. A very difficult crowd.
Which night was?
See, your memory's so bad. It was only a week.
Yeah.
It was literally a week
that.
ago. The last time I saw you.
Well, I performed for them before, so I get that. But I was off. I was off my game because I have spent so much time in my house, in my head. And then here I was in public again. And it was just a bizarre. You've gone out a little more than I have.
A lot more.
Yeah. So
I've been heavy back.
It's just bizarre being in front of people and having that, what am I doing here?
And also, it's not an easy situation because there's kids in the audience.
Yeah.
It's for a cause, and we've just seen all the cause up on the screen.
Tuberous sclerosis.
Yes.
And
we're both on the committee, on the comedy committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I like, just being in the committee and having a free lunch. I'm good with that. I don't have to go on stage. I was like,
You've performed for them, though.
I have, and that's why I'm not going back.
Yeah.
It's just a really difficult gig. Some gigs are there and some aren't. Now, that situation was the best one they've ever had. That stage was beautiful.
At the Avalon.
Yes,
that was
beautiful stage. Yeah, and then Caroline Ray
Caroline is
She's
the
so
funniest.
funny.
I know. We love Caroline.
Caroline is also one of my favorites.
I know.
I said one of, you're
I
the,
know.
and she's one of. So, but I love watching pros. I like watching the old pros.
Well,
at
Jeff
work.
said that he knows, my husband, he
Yeah.
knows when somebody's on stage, if they know what they're doing. Like you can really see
Yeah, and an audience
a
needs
difference.
that. You know, an audience needs that. They need to know. They need to have you have the confidence so that they are okay and not uncomfortable. It's not an uncomfortable
Right.
laugh. It's a connected laugh that they're having with you, not at you, not uncomfortable. You know, just oh my God, this needs to go away. We give them that feeling, huh?
Yeah, it can't be pathetic.
Ooh,
So during the
I've been pathetic.
Well,
It's
I'm
the worst.
pathetic.
It's the
yeah,
worst
I mean, somebody
experience.
asked me what it's like to bomb, and it's everything that I felt before I did stand-up. Alone, like...
Why don't you call it all the reasons you do stand-up?
Yeah, all the reasons I do stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be alone. I don't want to feel foolish. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Not be loved, but
Right.
be shamed.
Yeah.
All of that stuff comes up all in one heap.
Right.
And if you're bombing,
Which I haven't done in a while, but I did, because I wouldn't say I bombed the other night. It was just a tough crowd. But I have bombed within the past 6 years.
Yeah.
And that was hard. It's like my act is like a zipper, and if you don't hook on at the beginning,
Right.
forget it. And
Right.
they never got me, or they just didn't buy into me. And so
was it a corporate gig? I'm curious.
it was a Passover gig. So it was like I'm Jewish. So I thought I would automatically be accepted. But it was maybe 200
Passover gig.
Jewish people in a hotel in
And you
this
were-
beautiful setting. And
They hid the matzah in your jokes.
I ate the matzah.
You ate the matzah
Yeah.
with no water to wash that dry shit down.
So, but what was I saying about So
yeah.
during the pandemic, I realized like I had this shift in my thinking, and that was I'm there of service. I'm not like I'm helping people.
Right.
By bringing them light, not enlightening them, but making them feel a little
Oh,
lighter.
that's what you're bringing. That's what the show's called, by the way.
Oh, it is?
It's called Enlightened Up, yeah.
Really?
And our slogan is enlighten the fuck up, will you?
Oh, I didn't know if I could swear.
No, yeah, I could
Okay.
swear.
All right.
I tend, not to lean on it like some people because then it becomes a bit of a crutch. But sure, we talk
Right.
like we talk, So I like that expression anyway. Enlighten the fuck up. It kind of says everything
I
for
like
me.
that.
Yeah.
Do you say that on stage?
No. I do another thing on stage. I talk about. I came up with like my brand is I'm from Philly, but I live in California. I'm liberally minded, but also have this other, edginess to me. So I'm stuck between Namaste and Kiss My Ass.
I love it. I
That's-
want you and Caroline to do my show.
What show?
Vitello's.
Oh.
I do locally grown comedy.
Oh, I did one before.
You did it with me,
Yeah.
but I want to have you and Caroline in July
We tour
or
together.
August.
Yeah, we tour together. It's
Yeah.
really a great show. Although she argues with me all the time about following me, so it'll.
All
have
right,
to be-
I'll have to have her go first.
Oh, you already are arguing with me? How about I want a break? I
not
don't want to close
arguing.
every show. I'll have all the.
I'll close.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
That'd be
We'll
a great.
each do 25, 30 minutes.
What, yeah, okay, that will be a pro show,
Yes.
right? And then we can have. We could probably get someone else. Like
No,
Mark,
I only
That's
have
it.
3 comics now.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
usually loaded up.
I know.
I see your lineups
it was
are
too
incredible.
much. This was before the pandemic. So before the pandemic, I wasn't even there because I had broken my leg. So I was
Right.
out of commission, and I had other people host and keep the show going.
You got in a car accident. You kind of like left comedy for a little bit, right? You couldn't do it. What inside of you was? What was your inside saying? I need to be back on that stage. Do you yearn? Do you like the time off? What was going through you when you did this?
Okay, so Jeff and I were hit by a car in 2014.
He was too?
It was Well, this is a different one. It was a drunk driver, and he killed the woman in the car next to us.
Yeah.
And that was traumatic.
Yeah.
And then 4 years later, I was walking across the street and I was hit by a car. And so the first one, we weren't hurt. The car was totaled, but neither of us were hurt. The second one, they broke my leg and both my feet. So I literally couldn't stand up. Like, I couldn't do my job. And I never was angry. I just thought I needed this break. It was my big break.
Literally.
Literally.
It was a couple of big breaks, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple little metatarsals, but
yeah.
it was almost like, were you looking at like divinely inspired? Like this is like a little bit of higher power talking to you? Like you needed this break?
I just think the world works the right way.
Yeah, me too.
And so it should have been an easy heal. But when they put the rod in my leg, they rotated my legs. So both my knees were straight, but my foot was pointed out like a duck. So I couldn't walk around like that. So they had to re-break my leg.
Ooh.
And so it sounds bad, but they gave me opioids. Now, I understand the opioid crisis in this country because that shit was good.
Right. And you can see how if you have an addictive personality.
Which I do. So I had to stop myself. I never overdid it.
Did you ask someone to kind of monitor you? You report to someone? Did you have someone to speak to about it besides maybe your husband? But were you?
No, I did.
You only would talk to yourself.
I wrote everything down, and I was very careful. But they didn't understand why I was in so much pain because my leg was in. I was in so much pain because they had put the rod in wrong. That they kept going. Why do you need more of these? Oh my God!
Where'd you get this done? IKEA?
Yes. It was UCLA.
I mean, I've been missing a few washers or whatever I go, but it's okay. Usually turns out all right.
Oh my God. So I recently bought a rowing machine. I'm just jumping all over the place now. Yeah. But I started putting it together myself. I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I sliced my finger open and had to go to urgent care. So then it just sat on the floor for a week or two. And I called somebody from TaskRabbit. And I'm like, I'm not doing stuff like, I'm 62 years old. I'm 61.
TaskRabbit.
Have you ever used them?
I love that you're telling me this. If anything happened today, besides my favorite comedian sitting in that chair, I just got I didn't know about TaskRabbit. I'm going to be addicted to this.
Oh my God. They'll do anything.
No.
They'll sit with you while you cook.
But they do like handy stuff too, right?
Yeah.
You got to find a good handy person.
So I found a guy.
TaskRabbit.
Louis. If you ever.
Okay. Yes, I do. And we live pretty close.
He'll put together anything. What'd you buy?
Buy?
Yeah.
How about I am addicted, like opioids, to infomercials, late night Facebook. You know, the ads that come in. I just spent $9,000 on a program. I swear, look at the look you gave me. This was like $9.
What kind of program?
And you know what pisses me off? It's like they keep talking, and I go, "I got it already. I like you, whatever your golf gizmo is. I didn't do it for golf, but and then you can't fast forward. You have to go, and they keep repeating themselves. It's like, you got me already. What's the offer? What's the offer? So I ended up, just looking it up online and taking the offer that they give. I don't even wait. If I get hooked into something, I just can't
What is
stop
it though for $9,000?
It's which I actually did use this pretty much. I needed TaskRabbit though to really complete it, because you know how even this I did a little bit of left a hex nut out. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a coaching. It teach you how to be a coach, which I'm heavily into coaching right now. Really love it. Really good at it. But I have to do a webinar, which they actually did coach me in coming up with the title, which really helped, and you could get feedback and stuff like that. But yeah, $9,000.
Well,
Russ Ruffino.
You'll make more.
I already did. I already made the money back.
Oh.
Now, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have without them. You know what I mean? I probably would have come pretty close, but they have all the details down how to market and all that kind of stuff, which I don't know how to do.
Every once in a while, I think, I went to first of all, I've been called gullible by 6 palm readers. And no, I have gone to psychics, like just recreational for fun. And I went to one that freaked me the fuck out.
Really?
Yes. I'll tell you that
For
story.
real?
For real. But every once in a while, I think, you know what? I should listen to them more than my therapist because, who knows? Who knows?
Well, now here's something you don't know.
Okay. You're a psychic.
You must believe me. Big time psychic, like really, really good at it.
Really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, this very room, I had one night I was someone I met on a hike, and I said, I'll give you a reading. And literally the lights were flickering. It was crazy. I saw into her past. I started crying. And I was dead on. I've been dead on all these psychic readings. It's crazy. We all have it,
Right.
We all have the psychic intuition. And I do believe the comics have it more so than most people because we have to be empaths. You have to read a room. You have to feel a room. You're looking into your own past. You can see into other people's past. But we're all one on the planet. And I opened up to it. Somebody opened me up to it. And I go, yeah, you're right. Geez, I'm getting all this.
But you get like facts right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can have someone, I'll have you contact her. I said stuff to her that like, how did I know what song she sang in 2nd grade? Yeah. Yeah. Like that. And she'll.
Happy birthday.
You're such an asshole. You know what I see in your past, Wendy?
Yes. Oh, no. My Fair Lady. So I want to tell you about the psychic I went to that blew my mind.
You played Eliza Doolittle.
I did.
Did you do the accent? Josiah White, Henry Higgins.
Josiah White, Henry Higgins. I was good
You
then.
even did Higgins.
Higgins.
I love it. A little Cockney.
I know.
Don't complete that.
It was
Come on now.
No, I've smoked too much in my life. Not now, but so I'm at the psychic.
Yeah.
And I had been told, like, just go along with it. If I say Jane or John, I might mean Jim.
Yeah.
Like it's called fishing, right?
They do, yes.
Yeah.
That's a little technique, yeah.
It was like a moderately interesting event. And then I get up to go, and the guy goes, wait a minute. Who's Lily? You're not paying enough attention to Lily. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, the hair on the back of my neck stood up.
Really?
I was writing a book called Swear on Lily.
Wow.
And
what? And then you sat back down. What else?
No,
Tell me
I
about
mean, that
Lily.
was it. Just
Your time was up.
Yeah, my time was up.
Wow. My second son was brought to me by a psychic live on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said, I see, there's a soul calling for you. I see a blue blanket. He's very loud. And he was born with God at birth and very loud. And that's unbelievable. It was brought to by a psychic. I just opened up because I believe in psychics. I believe we are all in touch, but we are just taught so much. It's drilled into us not to believe something that's not tangible, seeable, touchable. We're taught to be cynics.
Right.
It's the problem I have with I shouldn't say a problem, but with cynics like a Penn from Penn and Teller. He's very atheist, very anti-psychic. Well, that's you, pal.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't make it true for everyone. And you can go and debunk, and there's the amazing Randy debunks and things like that. But we have intuitions. And so it's pretty myopic to think that we're just human beings having this one experience, and it's tangible, and it's right in front of you, and there's nothing else to it. There's no past lives and all that. No. I think that you're really limiting yourself that way. And I think you can really expand our horizons and expand our entire lives if we don't live in that myopic, limited world, is open up to all of it. And look, I have a son because of it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I totally believe in ghosts because people were booing in my audience.
You're such an asshole.
I know. That's not the response that I want. I just want you to laugh. No, I think everybody's a little psychic, and some people can just remember faster.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what I meant by
Is that a new joke?
No, it's not even a joke. It's like,
you should add it. It's a very Wendy Liebman-ish joke, and I think it's really clever and great. Add it to the repertoire.
Okay, I'm the opposite of psychic. I don't even know what I'm thinking. That's one of my old psychic jokes. And then
these are coming out on the new album of.
Yes, I've been told I have a sixth sense, which is really good because I'm missing 2 and 3.
Now tell everyone your process of writing. What's the process that you find? Do you have a system that you're under? Do you have certain times that you write? Do you force yourself to write? All of those questions I want to ask.
It's usually when I'm reading something else.
Yeah.
And then something comes to my mind.
Inspired, yeah.
Which is why I'm a really slow reader. But like on my drive over here today, I saw a cement truck. And I thought, wow, he's multitasking. And I thought, cement trucks, the ultimate or the original multitasker. Because, they turn while they're driving.
Right.
So that's just something I tweeted. And I tweet, I like tweeting jokes because I don't have to get a laugh. It just is. Yeah,
but then everything's predicated upon how many people like it.
I just want to entertain my 3 fans that I know now because of.
I've got a new one. I do dad jokes.
You do?
Yeah, I'm doing dad jokes lately.
Well, why not?
They're real easy to write.
Dad?
They're fun. Yeah.
My new bit is my husband and I, it's as if somebody gave 2 5-year-olds a house and said, okay, it's yours. We eat Cheez-Its for dinner.
5-year-old.
We're like 5-year-olds. Whose turn is it to take out the garbage?
Oh, my God. And it's just the 2 of you live there?
Yes, and 2 dogs that run our life.
Here's my dad joke.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. The pirate that couldn't swallow the vegetable. What was the vegetable? An artichoke. Artichoke. That's
great. Did you write that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I write these. Now I'm writing them all the time, but I don't use them in my act yet. I might, because I have a whole dad section. Lately, we're talking about the pandemic, and we're also talking about kind of rebooting and things that happened, what was meant to be with your accident. Right. I believe that the pandemic was meant to be so that we could all regroup and have I call it the spiritual rebooty call.
Ooh.
And are you going to listen to that rebooty call or are you not? Many are not. Many are doubling down with their anger and their resentments and their misplaced rage. I had a guy came up to me after me today is like, what is that about? This tweeter. All the keyboard cowards. They come after you. And I'm going, here we are. We're just providing, you mentioned the word service before. I coach people and I say, be of service to the audience and you get out of your head and out of your fear. If you're of service to them, it could be somebody, I had somebody, her mom died 2 hours before the show. She said, what do I need to do? I don't need to be with her anymore. I came to the show. It's relief for her. Right. So we're a service to those people. And if we could think outside of ourselves and think about that. And so I believe that what happened to me during the pandemic, I don't know if it happened for you, is I got to regroup and see what the purpose is. What are we here for?
So you got remarried during the pandemic? No, I just meant regrouping.
Yeah, we have group sex now. We're in a swingers club. By the way, there's tons of it around here.
In Westlake? Oh,
well, you just outed it. Now people are going to Google swingers.
You can edit that.
No, I'm not going to edit it.
Oh, well, where I performed in the villages in Florida, and apparently that's just
in Florida with the older people.
Yeah,
because they have nothing to lose.
But here's the thing. I'm their age now.
So sad.
Like I perform and I go, can I get a house?
That's the way we're thinking. Can I learn shuffleboard, mahjong?
They drive around in golf carts.
I know. That's the life. And they also have no fear anymore. You think they could care about an STD or their reputation?
Well, chlamydia is a big problem.
I know. I heard that. But they're not. They don't care. They're 2 seconds from... My friend ended up in an old... It's sad. He was in hospice care in an old folks home. I never felt so wanted. I would go in there and they would just come up, I'll suck your dick in the closet. I'll take my teeth out. I mean, they have no shame anymore. They have nothing to lose whatsoever. I've never felt so wanted. So my friend died, but I still go back there. Just Just to have a little self-esteem boost. I used to get it in the gay neighborhood I lived in, and even that doesn't happen anymore.
West Hollywood?
Yes, I lived in the middle. Oh, it was the best.
I lived in West Hollywood, too.
Where did you live?
I lived on West Knoll.
Oh, my God, around the corner. I was on Sweetser.
Oh, okay. We were neighbors.
Right around the corner from Hugo's, and I would go for a little walk in my short shorts if ever I was, because I've never had a woman ever go, that's what
like
they would.
Caroline does that.
What?
Caroline does that sound when she's on stage talking about a young man.
Oh, she,
Yeah.
See, that's her doing it. I've never had a woman do that to me. I've never had a woman come up on a wheelchair and go, need a ride, big boy?
Oh.
I had that happen in West Hollywood. I just felt like the bee's knees. That's a little old.
And the video cast took a turn.
Listen.
Yeah.
Well, you probably have tons of self-esteem, so you don't have to worry about these things. You're brimming with it. You have lots of self-esteem, so you don't have to worry about living in a gay neighborhood to have somebody growl at you, or go to an old folks' home to have someone offer you sex.
I have such low self-esteem, Craig, although it's getting better. Like I used to only, like if I had to complain about something in a store, I would only ask to speak with the assistant manager. But now it's getting better. That was supposed to make you do a spit take.
I had the water down, otherwise I would have. I had my mouth open.
You know, it's interesting because I know Caroline. Yeah. It's almost like she's on the podcast with us.
Oh, believe me, she's at all my things. Kenny Loggins was in your seat. She barged in. Hey, Kenny, do you remember me during the podcast? She might just come in right now. Who knows?
I love Kenny Loggins. We both opened for him.
I didn't know you did too.
Yes, over New Year's once.
Oh, you mean you just...
I opened for him at the MGM Grand.
Wow.
Yes, very cool. But
you also opened for Ray Charles. I used to tour with Ray Charles. That was a cool one.
Julio Iglesias.
I felt bad about the way his manager dressed him, though.
I don't remember.
Oh, he wore like a bad prom robin's egg tuxedo with the frills and everything. I'm thinking, oh, you poor guy. You're blind. You have no idea what this guy's making you look like. I felt bad for him.
Whenever I got off stage, his manager would say, so what do you do for a living? Like as a joke.
No.
Yes. Hilarious. I opened for him twice, and he said it this.
That's hilarious. When you met Ray Charles, did he do this? He did this with the wrist thing?
Yeah. He felt my wrist.
Remember that when you saw it in the movie? I'm going, hey, I experienced that. But with me, he felt me up fully, though. He grabbed me by the wrist and he went,
really?
Along my thigh. He goes, you're a strapping young man, aren't you? And he did that to me a few times.
Wow.
But with you, he grabbed your wrist because
he grabbed
you're a woman.
my wrist and he said, what do you do for a living? No, that was his manager.
Right. It's interesting, though.
Julio Iglesias.
Yeah. Good audiences, right?
Well, they spoke Spanish, so it was a little difficult. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I thought you were going to
say Frank Sinatra.
Oh, he was in the hotel when I was opening for Kenny. He was in the other room with Don Rickles opening for him. And then in the biggest showroom was Barbra Streisand. So
I don't think she uses stand-ups. We were talking about this the other day. I was with Kenny in Florida, and he was saying, love comics because I don't have to worry about you ruining my instruments or, the breakdown. Just you and a microphone. Get out of here.
Does he still use comics?
I think maybe.
I saw he's going out with Messina.
Yes, he's going out with Messina again. Yes, he is. Well, we should double date and go.
Let's do that.
And we'll bring Christopher Titus, who opened for him before I did. He's toured with him before me. Yeah. But I was just with him in Florida. We're doing crypto.
I read about that.
Yeah, it's a whole other thing. He's mining NFTs. Like you can buy his original Danny song. Danny's Dan, beautiful song, right? You can be a little louder than that. So.
We've just begun. Gonna have a son.
Even though we ain't got money.
I'm so in love with you, honey.
I didn't know you could sing.
Okay, so you can buy the original
lyrics that he hand wrote. He's going to mint it for an NFT. Isn't that cool? Like, let's say you're not even into Kenny Loggins, but your parents are. You could buy that as a gift, and they would own the lyrics. through this crypto, and it would be all.
So.
And I'm actually developing. I've developed some television shows.
NFTs.
I have an animated show, which you'll do a voice on. Here's something you never knew about my fanboy on you. I wrote a movie that you were the co-star with me.
Really?
I don't think you ever knew this.
I did not.
Yes,
How
I'm
was
revealing
I?
this. I cast Tiffany Haddish. So yeah. I never told you this. I think I did.
No, I know.
This is when we just won the award. Maybe a couple years later, and we were both.
Were we married in it?
No, we were
partners.
Both, we were both partners, cops. We were both cops.
Let's do it.
And it was called "Who's Killing the Funniest People" or something like that. And it was this murder thing that was happening at comedy clubs. They were murdering comics, and we were the two detectives that were hot on the trail.
I love it. Get in the car.
I had great lines for you.
Really?
Very bossy. But anyway, I have to dig that out. It's on my old Toshiba laptop, which I don't even know if it was called a laptop. Here's a Wendy joke for you.
Oh.
This is a dad joke.
Okay.
I just thought this is my old joke. I have the smallest computer ever that it fits right under my nose. It's called a lip top.
I don't even get it.
Oh no!
I get it. I'm joking. That's so cute.
It's a cute.
So are dad
jokes.
jokes just puns?
They're just stupid jokes. You know, it's like
To make your kids laugh.
Make your kids
I
laugh.
love making kids laugh.
And you're making the kids laugh with the assumption that you're an idiot. So these are like
Right.
idiotic jokes. You know, they're not. But they really are. You know, you still have to write them. They're still a little bit a lip top. Come on now.
That's adorable.
Who comes? Yeah,
I want to
they're
go
adorable.
back.
Yeah.
I want to go back
Yeah.
to something you
Good.
said.
Yes. What?
So you said earlier, like, do we feel bitter or
Yeah.
begrudgingly? Again, with the spirituality,
Mm-hmm.
I'm very spiritual because the material thing didn't work out like I had planned. But I feel like I'm just where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in your studio with you, and this is it.
In the now, in the
the
presence,
And
vibing on, having a dialogue that's just, pure. There's nothing else. There's no agenda attached to it. We're not making any money. There's no one watching.
Wait,
no one
I'm not
listening.
making any money?
I'm going to give. Oh, that gives me. What a segue that is. I have gifts for you. Yeah, that got a spit take more
I
than my
love
jokes.
gifts.
That got a better take than lip top. So. You're a very healthy person. You've actually gone to my healer a few times.
Yes.
He's not my sponsor, but this is a vitamin company, Hyest, Hyest. It's molecular hydrogen. It's anti-inflammatory. It's temporary relief of aches and pains, but it's also a vitamin. These are really awesome vitamins. They do more. Does your pee turn yellow when you have vitamins?
Sometimes.
That's my big thing. Is like, what is this doing for me? All I see is I could guide boats into the harbor with my pee. So. These
glow
vitamins.
in the dark?
So you get these. Yes, you get these. And you could also, when they run out, you can get them at highestvitamins.com. You put in the code Laughter Heals, and you get 20% off and 50% of the proceeds go to Laughter Heals the Foundation, which I know you're into.
What do
These
they
are just
do?
really good vitamins.
Oh, good.
They'll make you feel better and make you listen to this, energy and focus. It's right up there on the screen. Energy and focus. You will have a better memory. You'll remember all your jokes. You won't have to go on Zoom anymore and have cue cards, okay, for your own act. And I also have something very special.
A teleprompter?
This is, you can probably read it from there. Ethan Cole candles.
Ooh.
These are.
I love candles. And I love lavender. It says lavender.
We picked that for you because we talked to your husband today on your anniversary.
No, you did not.
We talked to him. We said, which of these Ethan Cole candles would Wendy like the most? Because there are a lot of scents, I believe. Philly would call them, but smells.
It's a very weird thing when you say, you smell good.
That's delivered like a Wendy Liebman joke.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And it's all natural. There's no chemicals in
I
here.
love
and
lavender.
Look at the wood wick. They have wood wicks and it crackles.
I love it.
So this is perfect for your anniversary.
Ethan Cole.
Yes, ETHYN Cole with a K.com. And
thank you so
that is
much.
yours
That
to
is
take home for your
wonderful.
anniversary. Wait till Jeff has, like, listen, this is like an aphrodisiac. Jeff's going to be very happy with me to take you away for your anniversary.
We're going to be watching Matlock and, no, I'm kidding.
I love that you picked the show that I was on twice.
Were you on it? Because I
My
really
debut.
do watch it.
You do not.
if
Wendy, you watched it a lot, you would know that I was on it twice. Big parts.
I've seen every episode of Murder, She Wrote. Every episode
I was in that too.
of... Yes, then I did see you. Every episode of Diagnosis Murder.
I was in that one too.
And now I'm just cycling through Matlock. It tapes at 10 in the morning.
It does not. You are not watching Matlock.
It does. I get up and I fold the laundry while I'm watching
I play
Matlock.
Brian Claiborne, the entertainment reporter of Atlanta.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I'm in a Cookie episode. Someone always, just know that the minute you see me on screen, someone's going to die right there.
Is that where you met Don Knotts?
Well, no, I actually met him the night that you and I worked together. Another time was Comic Relief. The lineup that night was right. Can we bring that photo in now too? I have that photo out here of you and me.
Wow,
Bob Saget was there.
Saget.
Yes, and it was obviously Whoopi and Robin and Billy Crystal, and I was I don't know if I ever told you this story. So I do an impression of Don Knotts. A lot of
It's
people.
phenomenal.
So much so that I
Yeah.
looped him in the movie Pleasantville. I don't know if you knew that.
my God.
Half of the movie is my voice because he was sick, and I had to replace. He's a TV repairman, but I had to do him as an old guy. So he circles the apple in the telestrator. It's my voice going, boom, what do you call that right there, bud? The forbidden fruit here in Pleasantville. I'm your TV repairman, bud.
Oh, my
the
God,
movie,
that's great.
If you watch the movie, you're going, which, you really can't tell. So that night that we were doing Comic Relief, that was a big moment for me. They whisked me backstage, and I did a press conference. And who walks on stage? Because he was there with the Steve Allen show, remember? They were doing a retrospective.
Yes.
So he was backstage watching me do the whole cast of Mayberry live. He turns to Steve Allen. Everybody's watching him watch me on the monitor at Universal. He goes, he does me pretty good, doesn't he, Steve?
Oh.
Then they brought us together for the first time, and then I sat with him. I have a picture of it out here as well. And I must be honest with you. Someone told me that he has a big schlong. I know you just got uncomfortable.
TMI.
And I had to try to look to confirm. I was like, he's all serious. I was born in West Virginia, and I was a ventriloquist at one time. And I'm going, are those pleats?
Oh, my.
It's what guys do. You talk
Is it
about
really? Guys do?
Forrest Tucker. There's a whole list of, Milton Berle.
Who's Forrest Tucker?
He was on F Troop.
Oh.
They even have a golf terminology, like if you're so many inches or feet away from the hole and you can have the putt, they say give it to you so you don't have to putt out and it takes forever. They call it a Forrest Tucker because it's
a
so
gimme.
big.
Oh.
No, it's so big, it's like a Forrest Tucker. So anyway...
Really? I've learned
Bad segue to close on. I will not close on that.
Informative and educational. I don't even play golf.
You can't wait to use the Forrest Tucker.
I played golf once. I was told I had all of the aptitude, but none of the interest.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
you have
my
an
mother's
aptitude for golf.
Yeah, my mother's a golfer. But
She does everything. She's
a
bon vivant. She's a drummer.
A drummer, a golfer, anything that involves hitting.
What did you?
You know what? My parents never hit me, but they did sanction me. I don't even know what that means exactly, but it sounded right.
I'm just glad you're rolling with the jokes.
I'm just trying
not
to
going
get
end
rid
on
of. I
Forrest
know. I'm
Tucker's
trying to
penis size. Get me out of this.
Trying to get past that. But anyway, you got to meet your idol, Don Knotts.
I did, and then we spoke for a while. Now his daughter called me up and said, I'm writing a book about my dad called Tied Up in Knots, and I want you to be in the book. You were his favorite comedian. So I ended up getting to know him, and he became a fan and stuff like that. I do the whole cast of Mayberry. He loved it. I even do Howard Sprague.
I never watched that show.
You did? Really? What was your show growing up?
More like the Brady Bunch.
You were a Brady Buncher?
Yeah.
She lives right here. Maureen McCormick.
Oh.
Matter of fact, last time I was at Candy Club, she came to my show.
Twitter friends.
Yeah.
And plus, we all know Hope Juber, whose dad was Sherwood Schwartz, who wrote Gilligan's Island and Brady Bunch.
Sherwood Schwartz. We know who?
Hope, his daughter.
We do?
Yes, we do. Hope.
What's her name?
Hope Juber. She's married to Lawrence Juber, who is a world-renowned guitarist, played with Wings.
So, really?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Hope, how do you know Hope? Is she, you say we know. I don't know. Is she a comic?
No, she's a writer, and she was in the Brady Bunch a couple of times.
She was?
And she's just a wonderful human being.
Well, Marcia, who plays Marcia.
She introduced me to Marcia.
She lives up the street. And then Cindy Brady's son just came to see me and said that she says hello at the Canyon Club in Santa Clarita. And I just was private tweeting with the one who played Jan.
Oh, my God. I've met the old Greg at like Good Day, Texas, or Good Day, Dallas.
That's
one,
where we
morning.
always meet. We always meet them there.
Bobby was a dad in our elementary school.
Well,
he's like a punk rocker now.
I think you're thinking of Eddie from Courtship of Eddie's Father.
That's who I'm thinking.
And you're also Eddie Munster also.
Oh, I wasn't thinking of him. But
both those Eddies turned into punk rockers. Really? I didn't know Bobby did too. He kind of looks like both of them.
No, maybe it wasn't Bobby. But I'm mixing up my child stars. But Ernie from My Three Sons,
my God.
I would see him all the time at Aroma Cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you recognize him?
He looks exactly the same.
He doesn't have the glasses. He would never have those glasses. We used to call a guy Ernie when we were in school. He literally broke his glasses and threw them out. And he went around blind because he couldn't stand being called Ernie.
Well, at this point in my life, I watch TV and movies and I go, oh, that person was in that and that and that. And like, especially with the British shows, it's just like a cast it's like a repertoire. They're all in everything.
You know who does that? Bewitched. Watch the old Bewitched.
Really?
Yes. And she lives down the street too. She's been a guest on here. Tabitha.
The daughter.
She's awesome. But if you watch that Mr. Whipple, from the Charmin commercials, he's in like every other episode playing someone different. He usually plays a drunk. Paul Lynde was not Uncle Arthur at first. He was a driving instructor.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, these all the actors you have? It's like they just have this pool of actors that just, come on in. It must have been friends or something of
I know we're done, but
yeah.
Mr. Whipple's son is like a stuntman, and I met him, and his daughter is an actress and used to date one of my ex-boyfriends.
Well, that is some trivia there. And Mr. Whipple's son is a stunt?
Yeah, a stunt guy.
I guess he never gets hurt because he's got toilet paper to land in.
He's squeezable. I don't know what that means.
Wendy, how do we find you on social media?
I'm Wendy Liebman.
Wow.
Liebman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've got somebody
AOL.
Someone snagged my name.
Oh, really?
Tried to charge me.
Oh, yeah, they did that to me.
$5,000.
They did that to me too, and then Daniel Kellison helped me get out of that.
No.
He knew somebody who knew somebody.
Yeah, you always got to know somebody who knows somebody. Wendy, my favorite comedian. I know she'll be yours. If you haven't heard of her before, check her out on all of her specials or YouTube. She's got other stuff coming out.
Can I say the name of my album?
Yes, of course.
It's going to be
No, you can't.
My Big Break.
It's called My Big Break?
Oh, no, it's called Standing Myself.
You're just retitling it right now?
Yeah,
in the moment?
I go back and forth.
You're talking about in the moment. That was a retitle, In the Moment. I think
know.
I'll call it
60, like Adele calls hers 30. No, mine is...
I'm going to call it IKEA legs. All right, Wendy.
I love you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I look forward to working with you at Vitello's.
I would love that.
Stay in touch with both of us, everyone. And also, you're going to work the Canyon Club for me. Okay?
I would love
We book
that.
Thursdays. We're going to walk out of here. You're going to walk out with a gig, candle, and vitamins. Thank you, Wendy Liebman. Hey, remember, everybody, just take this with you at all times. And something's going wrong, just think to yourself, I'm going to enlighten the fuck up. See you next time.